Stocks grab headlines and buzz. In this session, we talk about some of the biggest news stories that come out on stocks we know and possibly don't know. These stocks may be the ones to consider and some to stay away from. Just because they make the headlines does not always mean that they are the best to buy. Let's take a gander at some buzzworthy stocks. Another highly anticipated IPO. This is something to keep your eyes on, folks. Peter Thiel's PLTR, PLTR Technologies is finally planning its debut. Did I say debut? Debut via a direct listing on the New York Stock Exchange. The highly anticipated listing was slated for Wednesday, but Renaissance Capital recently reported it could be pushed back to September 29th. Either way, investors will be watching the latest tech go public with keen interest. Now, let's talk about what this stock does. The company detects patterns in large data sets and works with the U.S. government spy agencies, among others. It detects patterns in large data sets. I might have an issue with that. You know what I'm saying? I might have a problem with that because it sounds like the country is spying on me a little bit.
Really?
I'd think about that. All right, so I'm putting that out there. And Thiel is a PayPal Holdings. You get a lot of data there. Co-founder and an early investor in Facebook. You get a lot of data there. And Microsoft. You get a lot of data there. This guy is tied to a lot of data in regards to his company that he's going to put out there. I'm just putting out there. But when it says that it works with government spy agencies, which means more than one spy agency, amongst others, interesting. So it's a company that's coming out, and ain't nobody talking about it. Not that I've heard of. And I just think that Big Brother might be watching, or Big Sister. All right, got to be PC nowadays. Could be Big Brother or Big Sister. I'm just putting that out there. But it's an IPO that's coming out. All right, another stock. Nike jumps on blowout Q1 earnings amid direct-to-consumer push. Well, a lot of companies are doing that. Instead of stores don't want to open up fully, what is a company supposed to do like Nike? They're going to start selling. How many pairs of Nikes you own? Joey owns a lot of shit, a lot of sneakers. Did you buy any directly from Nike during all of this? Or did you still go to the store?
I buy both.
Well, he did both. So he ordered directly from Nike.
Really?
Yeah. And you know something? Listen, if I'm a company and I want to still get my products out there, I'm going to go do that the same way. You know what else this opens up? Alibaba, all right, which is the Chinese Amazon. BABA, that's another company that's rock and rolling, selling directly to people. Amazon selling direct to people. Alibaba, that's where you can go. And you know something? All that stuff gets delivered to you. I got boxes in my office that Joey's trying to make me get rid of stuff that comes from Amazon. All right, I think we all have some boxes from Amazon in our house somewhere. You got boxes from Amazon? You throw yours away, don't you? Yeah. I mean, I'm a hoarder. I keep on this stuff. All right, so when I talk about Nike going up, how about Amazon? How about Amazon? I like both of these companies. Washington, this comes back to you. Companies to hold for the long term. I like Amazon. I like Microsoft. And it goes through an article which talks about which is a better buy. Instead of looking at the article, what I wanted to do is just let the VectorVest software really hash out which stock we thought was the better. But Washington, these are two good stocks that I wouldn't mind owning long-term. And one last stock, Precipio launches leukemia diagnostic panel. This is outside of COVID-19. You know, just because COVID-19 is hot and heavy, all the pharmas ain't just on COVID-19. This is on leukemia, all right? Has launched its Hemiscreen AML acute myeloid leukemia panel, both clinically in its CLIA laboratory as part of its hemi-screen product offering. Laboratories can test the patient sample individually on the same day the sample is received, and labs no longer need to hold patient samples in order to fill batch. For those people, leukemia, anything dealing with cancer is just bad stuff. It's just a bad thing, and it's, I think that any company that's out there still actively going after it needs to be mentioned, and this is a company that is making strides in that field. All right, and now I'll talk about Tesla again. Battery Day. What happened on Battery Day? Battery Day was great. We're going to do this, we're going to do that, but wait. You know what he said after that? He said, but wait. It's going to take 3 years for it to happen. And you said to yourself, what? And you said, well, what am I going to do with Tesla? So the stock went down. I think they got a lot of great things of what's going on with Tesla. They're going to put out this car that's $25,000 that's, can drive itself. There's a lot of good things, but I think that whole Battery Day, I think I put a story up last week about them buying a lithium mine from Canada or in Canada to hone in on making their batteries better. There's a lot going on with Tesla, so that's where we stand. All right, let's do one last thing. Let's take a look at these stocks. Oh, did I already look at them? Oh, no. Nike is the stock. Look at that. The fourth stock in our list by our master indicator VST is Nike. Let's go look at Microsoft. Let's go look at Amazon and PRPO. Where's that at?
You're going to do Tesla again? For stocks of interest?
Did I do it once? If I did it once, I'm not going to do it again for stock.
Energy, but you have it in
Oh, Lord. All right, I'll do Tesla again. I hate you, Joey.
So we'll put them in the right spot.
Well, I still hate you right now.
We can move it over.
So you know what I'm going to do? All right, that's for you. All right, don't worry about it. Leave it alone. It's done. I got it up. Leave me alone. All right. So Nike, I do want to look at the Microsoft compared to Amazon. Microsoft trading at 202 with a value of 146. Stock is over its value. Amazon trading at $3,015 with a value of $11.36, also overvalued. Let's look at the upside potential. Microsoft relative value is at 1.19. It's got stronger upside potential than Amazon, which is resting at 1.04. Look at the safety, the stock's ability to meet or withstand exceed earnings expectations. Both of these companies are good, solid, safe stocks. Microsoft, 1.39 on relative safety. Amazon, 1.35 on relative safety. Both of them are being hurt right now, going down in price. Microsoft's got an RT of 0.90, Amazon 0.82. Both of them have good combination of value, safety, and timing with VSTs both above 1. Now, I do like that Amazon grows their earnings at a clip of 22% a year, where Microsoft grows theirs at a rate of 15% a year. These stocks look pretty good side by side. Let's analyze PRPO before we go look at all of the graphs. PRPO, the leukemia drug, slightly over its value. Upside potential really not there. And this goes a lot with pharma companies. The fundamentals are not there. And right now, even with the news, the stock's not in an uptrend. They do grow their earnings at a clip of 17% a year, but they have negative earnings. All right, let's go take a look. Let's view the stock graph. We already looked at Tesla. All right, and for Tesla, we already looked at, but this is Nike. Let's put this on a 3-month graph. Look at that. Nice bump up in Nike. Out of all of the stocks that I looked at today, this would be my stock pick of choice. This would be my stock of the week. Nike. Love the move, bottom left, top right. A little bit of a pullback, but grossly above that 20-day exponential moving average. Earnings is back on the rise again. Look at the volume. Been trading a lot above its average volume. RT is below 1, pulling back a little bit. If you own Nike right now, leave it alone. If you don't, I'd wait to see if the stock could take out that high first. All right? There's Microsoft. Now, I like Microsoft long term. Put that on a 1-year graph. Microsoft looks good. But right now, the stock is in a downtrend below that 20-day exponential moving average, having a hard time breaking above, but bouncing off a couple of levels of support. I do like that, but I want to see price action moving up. Love the earnings per share. Earnings tends to be the engine that drives a stock's price higher. All right. Right now, I'd really like to see the stock break out of that downtrend. Amazon doing the same thing, but I also like that it's bouncing off of support as well. So even though I'm looking at both Amazon and Microsoft, I like them both long term. But even with that, I'd need both of these stocks to break above the 20-day. Earnings looks great on both of them. I'm going to show you something. Let's go put on 2 stocks. I'm going to look at Amazon. There's Amazon and MSFT. Let's go look at them side by side. Put that on a 3-month graph. Put that on a 3-month graph. I like this capability. Folks, this is some good stuff right here. And look at them. There they are. Amazon, Microsoft. Earnings looks good on both. RTs are both below 1 right now. They're both... I like them both. I really need both stocks to get out of that downtrend. I don't have a preference over either one of them. They both have good earnings. They're rising earnings. I would just wait to see which one would break out above that exponential moving average. All right, there we go. So those are my stocks of interest. Any questions on those before we move over to Professor Profit? Any questions? Baba, great for options. I'm with that, Tom. It is the Chinese Amazon. Most will not wait 3 years for their flashlights to light up. I hear you, Joff. In regards to Elon Musk, that's the big thing that came out of Battery Day. A lot of great news, a lot of great information about batteries, about what they want to do. They were talking about a 1,000,000-mile battery charges, a lot of things, but 3 years to have to wait for it is interesting. How about selling iron condors on Microsoft or Amazon since the market's not going up? John, as long as the stock is staying in a channel, then the answer to your question is yes. So when I look at stocks like Amazon or Microsoft, they have to stay in a channel in order to sell that iron condor. Put this on a 3-month graph. That's where you make money. I've got to determine where my strikes were going to be based upon support and resistance. All right, and that's on both of them. All right, and as long as you can lock in, your proper strikes, this looks like a good combination right here. 33.47. That's a big spread, though. I don't want that. That's too big of a spread. But as long as I can lock in a good combination of support and resistance, and as long as it stays in there, that's important. Now, you got to make sure that you're not bullish or bearish on the stock. Can we do that split in VV? Yeah, I did it in VV. I'm in VectorVest. I did that split from the graphing package. I did that from the graphing package right now. All right, which is better? I just made that statement, Hang Time. I don't have one that's better. I like them both, and they both are exhibiting the same characteristics, both in a downtrend by way of that moving average. I'm not ready to say which one is better. Whichever one breaks above the 20-day exponential moving average would be the one that I would take on. You can put the put side on now and wait for the bounce and put the long side on in a due downtrend. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't either do that yet, John, as well. And remember, if you're going to play an iron condor, it's got to be on a stock that you're not bullish or bearish on, a stock that is definitely sitting in the channel. Could you check the Nifty 50? After 3% fall yesterday? I don't check the Nifty 50 here. I'd actually have to go out to Invest Tools in order to see that. All right, Professor Profit, where you at? All right, so that was the questions. Microsoft has nice dividend. Maybe that's the one I take. Overall, is the one that has the better dividend. Microsoft does have that dividend. Let me add the parameter. Dividend paid. On Microsoft, it's $2.24. And on Amazon, there is no dividend. Maybe that makes the difference. Maybe from a perspective of more payout, Microsoft pays a dividend where Amazon does not. All right, and Blink has an awesome 750 call for November 20th. I'm telling you, BLNK is a stock to take a look at.